Yo, peep this. You just clicked on Let's View It, and I'm Tyrone Cross. Welcome to my channel, where I entertain you like no one else as I do my witty reactions to TikTok videos and also express my wise thoughts about other various topics. So if you're a new viewer and after the video, if you like how I do what I do, I always appreciate it if you subscribe. It's completely free. Now before I start my video, I always drop a disclaimer because I got a warning before and I have no idea why. So now every time before I open my smart mouth, I say, this video is for entertainment purposes only, or hopefully to open your mind. I do not condone hate, violence, or harassment towards anyone. So anything you do before, during, or after this video, you're on your own, bro. Now speaking of doing various topics, I haven't visited our wise atheists lately. Now don't get me misunderstood. I don't care if you're an atheist. I honestly believe you have the right to believe what you want. It's your life. But what I can't stand for is for one group to say another group is illogical, and they argue it by being illogical. So with that being said, this video is all about atheists and their logic. So listen closely to all the wisdom. So you already know, let's view it.
Is it wrong to generalize Christians when we're calling out bad behavior within Christianity? Because just like you, I am also tired of hearing not all Christians. And this is why. Because Christians generalize themselves every day, all the time. They have absolutely no issue generalizing themselves when they are being associated with what they perceive to be the good behaviors of, Christians. Most Christians don't specify what flavor of Christianity they are and what specifically they believe. It is a cultural identifier. They will walk around saying, I'm a Christian, knowing that there are lots of Christians who don't agree with it. And yet they still do it. They still generalize themselves and lump themselves in with all other Christians when they say, I'm a Christian. The only time they have a problem with being generalized is when we talk about the bad behavior. Now suddenly it's not all Christians. And really, if they're not exhibiting the bad behavior we're talking about, then they shouldn't be offended. Kind of like how my husband's never offended when I talk about men.
Yeah, Christians, they're always generalizing themselves. They do it like it's the new trend. In the morning, they generalize themselves. In the evening, they generalize themselves. At night, they generalize themselves. In the grocery store, aisle 3, they're generalizing themselves. I am so tired of everywhere I go, all I see is Christians generalizing themselves. I'm like, do you have anything else to do but generalize yourself? And then on top of it, you generalize yourself even though you guys have different beliefs within your belief. But not atheists though. They generalize themselves, but they all believe that we were made by aliens. Well, not all atheists. Some just think nothing made everything. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, isn't that the same thing? Atheists generalizing themselves, but having a different belief within the belief? Well, yes, but what you're not taking in consideration is we're talking about Christians here, not atheists. So get your head out your butt.
You do realize that you using verses of the Bible to prove that God exists would sort of be like me using Harry Potter to prove that wizards exist?
Yeah. Did you guys realize that? And you know it was a good point. You know why? Because after he was done with his statement, he looked like this. And anytime you do this, that means you win. So trying to prove God is real with the Bible is just like trying to prove wizards is real with Harry Potter, or the Cat in Hat is real with Dr. Seuss, or talking bears with Goldilocks. Mic drop. Man, I can't believe I didn't think of that argument. So this is a response to a comment that says children can't consent when their parents take them to a drag show. Let's see what this wise atheist has to say about that.
Then they can't consent when you drag them to church either.
Now what? They can't consent when you drag them to church either. Even though it's not a drag show, you're dragging them somewhere. They can't consent to their bedtime, so why make one? They can't consent to what dinner they eat. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure kids can't consent to anything. So why do they even exist? Stupid. And you thought you got her with kids can't consent to go to a drag show. Don't be messing with these wise atheists. Did you really think she didn't know that kids can't consent to go to church? Give her more credit, please. So let's bring up the next wise atheist. So this wise atheist is responding to a comment that says, give me one evidence that says Mary was 14 years old and I will leave Christianity. Now, assuming this comment is for this wise atheist, this atheist must have said at some point that Mary was 14 years old when she had Jesus.
It honestly never stops being hilarious when religious people all of a sudden start asking for evidence. If there were any evidence of Mary's existence at all, your religion wouldn't be a religion. It would just be historical fact. Christianity is completely faith-based. Evidence is the antithesis of faith. If you, sir, could provide me evidence of Mary's existence, I'd join Christianity.
I know what it looks like. Why would she say there's no evidence of Mary, but first say Mary was 14? And it seems like she's lying and she's trying to be manipulative and misleading, but bye.
Oh, if you really want to see their heads spin, just ask them who made the devil that they're so afraid of. Ask them who made the demons that are so evil and terrible, that are coming after us in our sleep. Ask them who made those under their dogma.
Yeah, ask them. Make their heads spin.
Ask them. I dare you to. Did you ask them?
Well, just in case you're not proactive, I'll let you know how they'll answer. They'll say, God made them. Sorry if I killed the suspense.
No, they don't think that. They can't possibly think that. I saw this comment pop up and I was just like, I mean, even for them, like, come on. Could you imagine? Like a Diplodocus just like hanging its head and tail like out the back of the ark?
No. She can't possibly think dinosaurs are real. Has she ever been to a museum and looked at the skeletons closely? They're all molds and casts. Could you imagine there being gigantic lizards walking around like Jurassic Park going,
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
And then 65 million years ago, meteors came, but somehow they still evolved to some of our animals today? I mean, damn, that was a good point. You know what? I'm having fun with this wise atheist. I also really like the blonde girl that always wears the glasses, and she'll be back, trust me. But this one's good too. She's full of so much wisdom. Now in this clip, she's responding to a comment that says, notice how they never talk shit. Oops. I mean poop about other religions, only Christianity.
Now, I get some version of this exact comment every single day, and I've answered it before, but I just happen to see this one, and we're going to talk about it. Why would I speak on other religions that are in no way affecting me? I don't see any Muslim people standing in the aisles of grocery stores demanding that nobody else buy bacon because it's against their religion. I don't see Jewish people protesting Starbucks because Hanukkah isn't included on their cups. I don't see any pagans storming the Capitol. There aren't Wiccans on the Supreme Court affecting what other people can do with their bodies. You see any neo-fascist Hindus? Because I sure don't. Christianity is the only religion here in America, where I live, where I grew up in, that is completely entrenched in literally every single thing that we do, that's shoved down our throats in every way possible. And until Christians can practice their religion peacefully, without forcing it upon others, then we won't stop talking about it. You better get used to it, because it's not just me. The entire world is waking up to the scam. We're in the age of Aquarius now. Everyone is waking up. Just because Christianity led in colonization while simultaneously destroying the indigenous cultures everywhere that they went and won the battle, they're losing the war now. The only negative thing about Christianity dying, because it is in fact dying, is that it isn't dying faster.
I am so glad this lady is not crazy. She is a sound atheist. And she's right. Everywhere I go, Christians are there. I'm trying to get some cereal. They're there. I'm trying to watch a movie. They're there.
Go to church. Go to church.
That's all I hear. I'm in the shower. They're there. It's being shoved down our throats so much. And I got the perfect proof right here. Have you seen how much they have forced LGBTQ plus down our throats? And that's one of the biggest Christian ideologies of all time. It's not? What do you mean it's not? I could have sworn someone told me that. No? Oh. My producer said I was wrong, that LGBTQ plus has nothing to do with Christianity. In fact, Christianity is against it, apparently. Maybe the rest of the world doesn't know Christianity is against it, and that's why they're pushing it. Because only Christians get to push their stuff. Yeah, and I'm just kidding. I don't have a producer. I'm the producer. I'm the star of this show.
I'm the genius behind this madness.
Well, she's on fire, so let's give her the last video clip as well. Now she's responding to a comment that says, Jesus loves you, and no matter how far you run, you will never be able to avoid his love. I mean, really, what possibly could an atheist say about this?
Like Freddy Krueger. Like he's gonna come after me in my dreams. Do y'all really not see how creepy it is to say something like that? He's gonna get you with his love, whether you consent to it or not. What else is like that? Also, just wondering, is Jesus after Muslims, Jewish people, Hindus, Wiccans, things like that, with his love, or is it just us atheists that he's chasing?
You know what's crazy about this clip? I'm a huge Freddy Krueger fan. Real talk. Huge Freddy Krueger fan. Ever since I was a little lad. And one of my most favorite things about Freddy was how he will always chase people down and give them love. I know how it sounds. You would think the movie wouldn't work, but it worked. They would keep running, and everywhere they turned, he was there and he handed out love. Just like God. And at this point, I'm just thinking about Freddy Krueger, and I honestly forgot what the atheist was saying. So let's just move on. So that's the video of atheists and their wise logic. Are you wiser now that you watched it? What point did they make was your favorite and that you're gonna hold safe for yourself as you live your life forward? Or do you think those points weren't so great? But either way, I need you to share this video and let other people hear about the wise atheists and all their great logic so that the human race can just get better. But while you're out there spreading all this wise atheist logic, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip. Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Can't help keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. That's why I keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.